Claude Code, it's free. It's not a free trial. It's actually free. And the docs confirm it. But nobody's reading them. So I did. And I want to show you exactly what's going on in there so you can understand how is it that it's free, how can you set it up, and some of the official documentation that shows how all of this is happening today. Welcome to another episode of Let's Make It Happen. Today we are in the docs. We are in code.claude.com. In this website, we're able to understand some of the things that are going on internally from the instructions of the official company, Anthropic. Anthropic is here today to let us know that we can do this. Now, if you're in the Claude Code docs and you go into the administration section and you go to the LLM gateway, here is the deployment instructions of how to set this up. Now, can they make this a little bit more complicated? Absolutely yes. Just like absolutely no. They can definitely make it easier, but you know, we're here to definitely break it down for you. LLM gateway configuration from the actual Claude Code. Now, one of the things that is important for us to understand, this is the big idea, right? The LLM gateway. What is this, right? This is like the middleman. This is like the middleman that actually talks to different models, right? So because Claude Code from the box, it actually talks to Anthropic and the Anthropic models specifically. But once we are able to confirm our own LLM gateway, now we can actually route that conversation into different gateways, right? So at that point, you can actually connect it to either a cloud-based gateway or a local gateway. Okay, more about that in just a little bit here. Now, one of the things that is important for you to understand from this mumbo jumbo is that it's going to be talking to V1 messages and it's going to be using Anthropic based URL. It's going to look for the models that are available through there, and it's going to understand how to do that discovery, and it's going to be able to understand how to make that happen. I'm not going to take you through this doc specifically because I already went through it, and the important thing for you to understand is that it's possible. And Claude has officially stated that it is possible, and they're allowing for this to happen. So this is not you kind of doing something hackety, something that you're going to get banned for, or nothing like that. This is absolutely possible, and they are definitely allowing for you to do it. So that is amazing. Let's jump into this Medium article. This is a little bit more digestible. Very clear. Raw, run Claude Code with local and cloud models in 5 minutes. This is definitely something you can set up very quickly. Not only you can use Ollama, which is what a lot of people are using, but you can also use LM Studio. You can use Llama.cpp, my personal favorite. Or if you're using something cloud, super cloud based, and you have an account with OpenRouter and you want to use one of their open models or one of their pay models, you have that option as well. So you can really go far and beyond with this. I'm going to go ahead and put a link for this one because this does have some amazing instructions on how to make this happen. And it really talks about how things get set up more specifically. Option 1 is definitely with the Ollama local setup. It's very easy. You just install Ollama with this simple code in your CLI. You pull the model, so whatever model it is that you want to use. We're going to talk a little bit about models in just a bit. Obviously, depending on the RAM that you have on your computer and everything, you're going to be able to see how well that works or not, right? And then you connect that to Claude Code, right? So at this point, really with just one single command, you'll be able to use Ollama, launching Claude, and you're already telling the model in this command that you wanted to use. And right there, it's going to find that model, it's going to run that, and it's going to be available to you right away. Or you can do a manual setup, and you can actually change the settings within the files of the directory of the Claude installation that you have, and you can actually point it yourself directly. This is using Ollama. There is definitely different ways. Option 2, which is my personal favorite, using Llama.cpp plus Hugging Face, because now in Hugging Face, you're going to be able to have access to a lot of different models. You definitely have that connected with Llama.cpp, which is honestly, in my opinion, working out way better as far as stability, as far as being able to get everything going. Step 2, start the server. Obviously, you're starting the server here. You can literally follow these instructions and you'll be able to make this happen. This is amazing news. The fact that you can use Claude Code and be able to reroute that conversation instead of talking to one of the Anthropic models specifically and hitting your rate limits or not even having the money to be able to spend on the tokens, on being able to get Opus to work. You know, I definitely have the $200 account with Claude, and I hit my limits, you know, and it's constant because we do have different people that are going to use it. So if you're on your own, maybe that works for you. But if you're working on teams, with teams, and you're scaling, you're gonna definitely need something else, right? And this is amazing, the fact that you can use the same technology that Anthropic has been working on, Claude Code, and being able to reroute that to some other models. Because we know it's already possible, and because we know we can use Ollama, we can use Llama.cpp, or we can use LM Studio. Definitely, I want to talk a little bit about one of my favorite models to use it with, Qwen 3.6, 35 billion parameter, A3B. This is an amazing agentic model. It is definitely now available open source, so anybody can go and install it right now. This is an amazing model. It's very efficient. It knows exactly what to do when it comes to being able to function through all of these things that we're doing through Claude Code. Claude Code is very specific in the sense that it has many tools assigned to it. Qwen is very good at understanding how to use the tools that Claude Code has available. So you can definitely read a little bit more on this, but you can even look at the terminal bench, SWE bench, the verified ones, and you can definitely tell 3.6 is a model that you're going to be able to use and take advantage of 100%. Like I said, is MOE, which is mixture of experts, you know, which pretty much what that means is that it's using a 35 billion parameter model. But when you get that request, when you put in that prompt, it's not going to go and get the whole 35 billion parameters. It's going to use this mixture of experts to get what it needs from those 35 billion parameters. And instead of using the whole 35 billion parameters all at once, it uses 3 million, 3,000, you know, whatever it is that it thinks it really needs to make that happen. Okay. So that's amazing. 3.6 is definitely the one that I will be looking at. If you want to try other things, I invite you to visit this website, onslaught.ai, and you want to try different models. You know, you can definitely see Qwen 3.6 as one of the main options that they talk about here. Now you can definitely look into Gamma 4 from Google. This is definitely also open source. You can look at Nemotron 3 Nano Omni to be able to use it as well with Claude Code. And you can even use Kimi K2.6 again with Hugging Face. You can really go and look for pretty much almost anything right there. But these are the models that I will consider first before really starting to play around with some of these things. If you wanted more, even a specific connection, and you were really planning on using Llama.cpp, which is definitely the one that I would recommend the most, there's more specific instructions here. This is a Reddit post. I'll definitely post the link for you guys so that way you guys can have access to it. And you know, pretty much by setting up the environment variables in the files that you need to, you'll be able to get this going. You reload and you're pretty fast. You're gonna be able to get these models. They're using here a 3.5 Qwen, the thinking version of the model, which is super smart. Honestly, I've been using this one specifically for the past 2 months. I haven't even used 3.6 at this point, and it's crazy the things that it does. I've used 3.6 for just to test some other things, but I've been relying honestly on this 3.5 model, and it's just does everything that I need to do. So I still don't even see a need to change. If you were really looking into setting up a local model and you're trying to see what's going on here, I'm going to tell you, this is the mini PC that I have where I run my local models. Definitely you need something with a lot of RAM today. And I have this Beelink GTR9 Pro. It has 128 gigs of RAM. It has a dual Ethernet port with 10 GBE, 10 gigabytes of Ethernet power. This is awesome. It definitely gets everything done. This is an article from Surf the Home where they review it. This is an amazing mini PC for you to get things going. But ladies and gentlemen, the important part here is that you're allowed to do this. It is for free. You're not hacking anything. You're not breaking anything. You're literally taking advantage of what's available to you if you can see it. And because you know, I know that you know, because I already told you that you know, I know you can see it. So go ahead and have some fun. Enjoy Claude Code for free. And if you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.